real reason why the narcissist moves on so fast. The narcissist moves on so fast because they just don't have time to waste. They have no time to waste. But the main reason they move on so fast is because they're so insecure. They're so insecure, so empty on the inside that they need that constant supply, constant validation, and they just need a new person to like them quick. And because they're so weak as a person, they're weak as people, they can't really have two good things going. They can't even have one good thing going, right? That's why they self-sabotage. That's why they sabotage every situation they're in. But to have two good relationship going, they can't do that. They're not that smart. They're not that intelligent. So this is why they get into a new relationship really quick. But now that they're in that new relationship, they have to hurry up and learn this person really quick. They have to know what the person likes, dislike, and become that good knight in shining armor, the best person that this person wants. So they're too busy doing that. So they can't really stay with you and do good by you as well, because they don't have that ability. So they move on fast, and they move on before they even went to that new person. When they were with you, they were already working on that new person. And that's why they were so mean to you, because again, they can't have two good things going at once. So they can't be nice to you, super sweet and super kind, and then be nice, super sweet and super kind to the other person. So they'll devalue you as they uplift the other person. They will be mean to you as they're super sweet to this other person. They play a role, and that role is to be the best thing ever to the new person. So once you suspect that they're starting to devalue you, also suspect that they're starting to love bomb somebody else. That's just how it works. They're not that smart. They're not that intelligent. They have no ability to regulate. They have no ability to play, to be a player like they want to think. They don't know how to do it. That's why they're so predictable. You ever notice how the narcissist is so predictable? You can tell when they're dating somebody new or they're entertaining somebody new. You can just tell, because everything dries out with you. Like everything dries. Everything is so, it's just, there's nothing between you and them at that point, because they're putting that energy into somebody else. They're putting all of their time and their effort into love bombing this new person. There is nothing you can do to change their minds once they're in that stage. That is why the discard and the devaluation feels so horrible, because you will see the worst of them, because they're giving the best of the best to somebody else. It's really sick and twisted, and you have to understand the psychology to understand it. You have to understand what's going on to understand it. The narcissist cannot have two good things going on at once. They just can't. So while they're over there love bombing this person, being the best of the best that they can be to that person, they're being the worst that they can be to you. If you ever wonder why they act like that, that is your answer. They just don't know how to self-regulate. They don't know how to do two good things at once. They don't know how to play two roles. So they choose a role and they play it really, really good. And speaking of roles, when they are in the love bombing stage with someone, that's when they're playing a role. When they're horrible, mean, evil, toxic, demonic, and abusive to you, they're not playing a role. That's who they really are. You're just seeing who they really are for the first time. And it's shocking. Sometimes it's not even for the first time. This is probably a repeat thing if you're one of those recycled supply. And the recycled supply can be the main supply. It can be the wife, the mother of their kids, or the person they're in the committed relationship with. So you've seen this over and over. But the new person is getting a new, beautiful, well-planned, well-calculated version of the narcissist. They're playing the role very well, and they do an amazing job at it. I mean, you fell for it. When you first met them, you fell for it. That's why you're hooked now. That's why you're trauma bonded. That's why you are addicted to them, because you fell for it. They play the role so good that you fell for it. That's the same thing they're doing to that new person. But the person that they're being to you, that mean, evil, toxic, sick, demonic leech, that's really who they are. That's the narcissist to the T. That's who they are. They can't play two roles at once. They can't have two good things at once. They cannot be in two places at once. That's why when it seems like they're done with you, they don't half-ass it. They show you that they're done with you. There is no coming back. Because that's just how they work. They're lazy people. They're not intelligent. They're not able to play the game like they think they can. They're not the player that they think they are. Because a true player knows how to, they know how to do their thing. But the narcissists, they're weak. They're weak people. So they choose one role at a time and they play it to the T until they get the next person hooked. And then after that, they get bored very easily and they move on to the next, to the next, to the next. All right. I hope that answered the question. I don't even know at this point what the question was. But if you like comments or contents like these, I always say comment. If you like contents like these, please follow the page. Leave your comment below if you have experienced this discard with the person or the love bombing stage. Let us know how it feels to be in the discard phase versus if you're in the love bombing stage. Let us know how it feels as well. Leave your comments down below. You can also book a one-on-one coaching call with me. The link is in my bio. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.